Welcome to Purpose NIL. I'm James M. Rink, your Purpose Coach. I want to start today with a simple but powerful idea. When you define your purpose, everything changes. Your energy changes, your clarity changes, and your results change. I'm living proof of that. I started my first company when I was 27 years old. I'm a television producer, and things take off fast. Really fast. I rise quickly and build momentum. And before long, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Success comes early. And on the outside, everything looks right. But by the time I'm 33, something unexpected happens. I hit a peak. And instead of feeling fulfilled, I feel frustrated. I feel bored. I know there's more in me. And I know I'm meant for something so much bigger. I don't want to stay in this pond, and I need to get to an ocean of new opportunities. I want to reach the dreams, so I start searching for a plan. During that time, I read a book about visionary business leaders and the companies that have stood the test of time. It tracks the long-term results of leaders who built organizations with a clear purpose. Leaders like Walt Disney and Henry Ford, John Nordstrom, their companies weren't just focused on profits. They were focused on why they existed and who they served. And the research showed something remarkable. Purpose-driven companies were 6 times more profitable than their competition. 6 times. The big insight for me was this. Focus on purpose instead of chasing profits actually creates more profit. Purpose drives alignment. It drives passion, it drives loyalty, and over time, it drives growth. That moment changed everything for me. I sit down and I begin to write what is now Purpose of You. I'm not writing for a brand. I'm writing for myself to discover my own life's purpose, to understand who I am here to serve and what kind of people I want to serve, how I want to make them feel, and what the impact is for them. Then I start living it. Taking my purpose to my clients and my business relationships. In the first year of building my business around my purpose, my revenue grows 3 times. In the first 5 years, it grows 10. But more importantly, I feel alive again, focused, energized, connected to something bigger than just what is the next project down the road. That's the power of defining your purpose. And it's not just for CEOs. It's just not for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone who wants to make a living doing something for the greater good. On this show, we explore how purpose fuels performance in business and in leadership and in the world of name, image, and likeness, NIL. Up next, we meet University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke as he builds his NIL business opportunities by aligning who he is, what he stands for, and where he's going. I want you to listen to his story closely because these same business strategies of purpose will help shape your career and dreams too.
Give a little life update. Been a heck of a year. Turned 39. Married the love of my life, and really found my vocational calling. You know, I did some work last year to figure out, all right, what's my purpose? So I had just called off an engagement, had just moved from Montana, walked away from a job that I really loved and was passionate about, just hit a rock bottom moment, like I'm starting all over again. I really want to lean in and figure out why I'm here. I need to figure out my purpose. So that's when I enrolled in the Purpose of You Masterclass.
Go to purposeofyou.com to learn more.
My purpose is to love and connect with people, inspiring them towards freedom and helping them create their dream life.
I didn't know where I was going. I would say I was without direction. You know, a lot of the pain for myself, it came from not being able to communicate or not even knowing what it was exactly that I wanted. I've learned to filter it through my purpose now that I've really specified that. But when I'm fully me, when I'm alive, when I'm gathering people, like what brings you to life? Fire it up. When we know our purpose and we're walking in that, there is just such a joy and life in that.
Knowing your purpose can transform your life.
Welcome back. Today's theme is the power of a purpose statement. Knowing who you are, who you serve, and where you're going. When purpose is clear, decisions become easier and opportunities, they come to life. Now, let's meet University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke. Like many NIL athletes today, John has the chance to earn income not only through the university that he plays for, but also with partnering with local and national brands to build his own NIL business. And he's doing this now with intention. In this next segment, you'll hear from John how he's applying his purpose to his NIL. So, John, what is a goal or an example of things that you want to accomplish in the summer internship with Allen and Company?
Yeah, so some goals I have there are to, just take in as much as I can. Obviously these guys are experts and pros, and I want to make sure that, I'm truly taking in everything they're saying from the technical side to maybe how they go about things, but really just being a sponge that entire time. And then, and that kind of leads into the goal of just, coming out of it, being a prepared, wealth manager or investment banker.
Excellent. The next area or mission that you identified was in summer and fall football for this season. What are some of the goals that you have in preparation?
Right. So, in that transformation phase coming up here, it's going to be a great time for me to maximize, my body. And that's where a lot of my goals are. I want to make sure that I'm lowering my body fat percentage. I'm at 20 right now, and my goal is to get down to 17, but still staying at this heavy 255-pound body weight. And I think through the conditioning that we're going to do, and the schedule they've showed us, it's going to be very achievable, but it's going to take a lot of discipline because that has a lot to do with nutrition as well. And then, to just grow together as a team, because these workouts are going to be really tough. It's going to be hot. And I think those are the moments, as a team, that's where you grow. And that's where the championships are won. They're won in the winter, and they're won when it's 110 degrees and you're running, hours of conditioning in the summer, because that's where, when it's week 10 and we're playing at Alabama and it's super loud, we're going to revert back to those. That's going to be why we're able to pull out through that game.
The third area that we talked about that you identified as a mission is your NIL. What are some of the goals that you have for your NIL? And I want to remind the audience, on a previous episode, you were able to make a benchmark, a baseline of your beginning NIL money, and then the increase since you've enrolled in Purpose NIL. Can you give us an update on that financial goal and what your goals are moving forward?
Right. Yeah. So my goals, NIL wise, is to really just maximize the content I'm posting, to really be open to lots of ideas and just putting a lot of information about myself out there. And I think this podcast and these episodes are going to be great to, get who I am out there and allow people to, buy into my story and see who I am and follow me. And financially, it's been really good since this has started. I've had some more NIL opportunities come up, and I'd say, from the goal where I started and where I'm at now, it's probably increased by about 30%. So it's been a great couple months. So yeah.
That's great. Well, 30% increase in less than 2 months is substantial, and it's significant. Now, you also mentioned that you want to increase your social media. What was your social media and when you started Purpose NIL, and where would you like to get it to?
When I started, I think I was around 14 or 1,500, and right now I'm at 2,300 followers, and I would like to get it to 3,000 in the summer, and I think through this should help it, grow a lot, and obviously with the season coming up, but yeah. And I think the content's going to help a lot too, getting my content out there and giving people a reason to follow me.
John, I got a feeling you are going to meet or exceed that 3,000 followers once people start hearing your story. A big thank you to John Locke for sharing how he's building his brand with purpose. You can support John's NIL opportunities through Open Doors and follow him on social media at John Locke OC. For more of John's Purpose NIL story, go to my YouTube channel at James M. Rink. Coming up next, we meet Zaya Van from OU's women's basketball. As a sophomore in college, she's still exploring her academic direction. Zaya is using her purpose statement to guide her decisions and to begin shaping a life after basketball. And this matters, especially to you if you're a college student or a parent of one. In today's competitive AI-driven marketplace, clarity of purpose is a real advantage. When young leaders know who they are and where they're going, they gain confidence, direction, and momentum. That's purpose. The Zaya Vance story is coming up, and it will inspire you.
What helped me tremendously was connecting with other people that were also going through the same thing that I was going through. So I knew I wasn't alone, and other people battled that. And so having that encouragement was understanding where all of it comes from, why the feelings, frustration, it was validated. And once I had that validation, I was able to move forward and know that, okay, so throughout all of this, I am called to inspire people to transform their relationships, help them feel worthy and valued.
To learn how discovering your purpose can transform your life,
knowing what my purpose is helps me take care of me, because I have to take care of me first. If you're not valuing yourself and you're not feeling worthy, it's something I lived and had to find out, right? What that purpose was. My bucket was completely empty, and I'm trying to pour into other people, and I had nothing. So in order to take care of me is reminding myself of what I am called to do. I'm seeing those things now. Before, I didn't see where my impact was at all. I am Cheryl Fox, and my purpose is to inspire others to transform their relationships, helping them feel worthy and valued.
go to purposeofyou.com and take the free transformational assessment.
If you're feeling the pull to discover why you're here and what you're meant to do, I want to invite you to begin that journey today at purposeofyou.com. As an individual, you can enroll today, and in 8 simple steps, begin to live your life's purpose and to begin to monetize your dreams. And if you're self-employed, aligning your work with your purpose can fast-track your revenue, your productivity, and your joy as you build something that truly matters. Now, let's shift to our next story. Zaya Vance is beginning to apply her purpose to build her academic plans and her vision for a life after basketball. To help guide the conversation, I have invited Dr. Kathleen Shea Smith, who's the Associate Provost for Academic Advising at the University of Oklahoma. Dr. Kathleen is joining us and hopes to give Zaya some academic strategy to be able to take her purpose to her academics to build a life and career after college or after professional basketball. Zaya, would you mind telling Dr. Kathleen what your purpose statement is?
So my purpose is to bring peace and happiness to people, uplifting athletes, women, minorities, seniors, and those with special needs through strength and gratitude.
I am just honored to talk with you. That's really exciting. And having heard what that purpose is, I just want to tell you that I think it's a beautiful purpose statement. And I know that you can bring it into so many areas of your life now and in the future. Is there anything that just stands out for you that we could do a little coaching during your session here?
Yeah, probably just career path, because I don't really know what type of career.
Right now, in this moment, what does your career path, what would that be like for you?
I think right now, after college, I obviously want to try to go to the WNBA, and then after that, play overseas and stuff. So probably just do that for a few years, and then after that, I'm not really sure. I've always been interested into being a therapist for families and stuff. That sounds cool. Or just continuing doing things in the sports industry would be cool too. But I literally have no clue what I would want to do after basketball.
If you had to think about just what your values are right now, just things that matter to you, what would be a few values that you can describe right now?
Probably my relationship with God,
Okay.
my family and my friends,
Yeah.
basketball,
Relationship
and
with God, your strong relationships, your sport. Okay. And then when you think about what is something that weaves through maybe all three of those?
probably like connections, maybe belonging, maybe. Then like happiness.
So connection, belonging, and happiness. And all three of those are interwoven. So when you're thinking about decisions and like thinking about your next steps, I want you to be thinking, is this going to create that sense of connection that's so important to me? Is this going to give me that feeling of belonging? Now, let's talk about your strengths. I know you have a lot of strengths because you have been incredibly successful. And so, what are some of your strengths?
I feel like I'm really good at making people feel seen. I would say I'm pretty athletic. Say I'm good at not taking things too like seriously.
These are really good. These are really good. This is amazing. So you said, okay, you are so great at making people feel seen, that you are athletic, that that's one of your strengths and your skills, and that you are really good at kind of lightening things up a little bit. And that's great. We need that because there's a lot of heaviness in the world. And we're ready to move on to interests. So tell me, and like just sort of like free flowing, just like you are, like what topics, what conversation, like is there anything that just really makes you come alive?
Talking about basketball, obviously.
Okay.
Like bringing up like old memories, like talking about old memories I like with like friends or my family. That's always fun.
Yeah. That you're nostalgic is the word that comes to mind. Yeah, you love to like revisit memories.
Yeah.
It gives you.
And I just enjoy like whenever I like meet someone new, just like hearing like about their life and stuff.
So now it's time for me to provide a little feedback, a little assessment. And so what the three things that you mentioned as your career path, that you're interested in basketball, you're interested in communication, like sports communication maybe, and you're interested in counseling. These three topics or these three goals absolutely align with your values, your interests, and your strength. And no wonder you're at ease because you have this sense of security that you know who you are and that you have very clear interests about what your future might hold, making sure that we're on the right path and that we're pursuing the right goals that align with our purpose and align with who we are. But I want you to go back to that foundation, that sense of, okay, that for you, connection is important, belonging is important, that being happy is really important, right? That basketball is a topic that you absolutely love, that you're nostalgic, that you love people's stories, like that's really important to you. And again, that those align with the goals that you've talked about. And then thinking about your skills that are only going to develop as you continue to grow and move into different chapters of your life. So making people feel seen is a skill that you have. Your athleticism, which there's so much involved in being a strong athlete. Like that is so important. And then not taking things too seriously. So all of it connects and all of it aligns. And that is a really wonderful foundation for you and for your life right now and for your life in the future.
Zaya, any final questions that you have for Dr. Kathleen?
Like what really helped you pick your career?
What's interesting is that I was exactly where you are, in that I was thinking that I wanted to work in therapy, mental health. I wanted to work with teenagers. And so what I did was I actually did an internship. I joined this internship program at my college, and it was a semester living in Philadelphia, which was really exciting for me. And there was an opportunity to work at the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic. And so I had a chance to work directly with teens who were in that clinic who were experiencing some pretty significant traumas and really some big challenges in their lives. So I got to be on the front lines of working with those teens, but then also observing their therapy sessions. It was a really interesting, challenging, and exciting opportunity for me when I was your age. And honestly, Zaya, I walked away from that thinking, I'm not sure this is what I'm cut out to do. I don't know if I have what it takes to do this day in and day out. And I don't know if I can be as effective as I want to be. So then I started to discover and explore other areas where I could still make a difference in people's lives, and also start to pay attention with my own inner signals, my own values about what energized me, because I wanted a career that energized me. I wanted a career that had a lot of progression. I wanted a career that was tied to education, because I felt like I wanted to pursue the highest level of education. That was a personal goal of mine. So that's what I did. And I landed in higher education, and it has been an incredible career, an incredible journey for me. So I would just say, listen, like truly listen to yourself, because your inner compass is going to be your strongest guide. So, and I know that you're faithful, you're spiritual, and I know that that inner compass is just fortified with your spirit and your light. So don't ever, ever doubt that, and let it guide you.
Okay. Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Preach. Dr.
Yeah.
Kathleen, we thank you for being a part of this episode of Purpose NIL. Purpose can be your true north guide to guide you to your dreams. I want to thank Dr. Kathleen as well as Zaya Van for sharing the heart, vision, and how purpose is guiding Zaya's career on and off the court. You can follow Zaya on social media at Zaya Van and sponsor her NIL opportunities on Open Doors. For more Purpose NIL stories, go to my YouTube channel at James M. Rink. Stay with us. Coming up next, I'm going to share an inspiring strategy that you can use to start living your purpose in a bigger way.
I'm just so super thankful that I took the time to go through this masterclass and invest in myself to really discover my life's purpose. Because when we know our purpose and we're walking in that and we're helping them to feel a certain way, there is just such a joy and life in that. Take the time, go through the course, figure out your whys, figure out how you want to feel, figure out your actions. It's absolutely worth it.
If you're a CEO or business leader, I want to challenge you to consider something powerful. What if your greatest competitive advantage wasn't your product, your pricing, or even your technology, but your purpose? When you implement Purpose of You inside your company, you create alignment. You engage employees at a deeper level. You unite your team around something that is a shared mission together. And when people understand why they're doing what they do, productivity rises, innovation increases, and the costly expense of disengagement begins to drop away. Purpose is not soft, it's strategic. It creates new revenue because customers connect with meaning. It reduces turnovers because employees feel seen and valid. And it becomes your differential quality, the reason clients choose you over your competition. You can begin today at purposeofyou.com and schedule a one-on-one conversation with me for free. Let's build a purpose strategy that empowers your dreams, strengthens your culture, and fuels your company growth. Earlier in the show, I shared the story of discovering my purpose and the financial results of bringing it to my television productions. Those purpose-driven projects led me to work with ABC, the Country Music Association, Taylor Swift, and the Doobie Brothers. It was an incredible season. But since 2000, and especially after the real estate collapse of 2008, the music and television industries began to shrink. 10 years ago, I found myself at a crossroad. I have experience, I have relationships, but more importantly, I have a clear sense of my purpose. So I pivot. I decide to help other CEOs, leaders, celebrities, and athletes to define their purpose, tell their story, and to build a strategy that guides them towards their dreams. Now, in this milestone season of reflection, I see it clearly. I'm living my purpose by communicating hope, helping people, and making people happy. And that's my hope for you today, that you've gained one idea, one strategy, one new perspective that moves you closer to your dreams. For more, visit purposeofyou.com and follow me on all social media at James M. Rink. Live your purpose, build your legacy. Thanks for watching Purpose NIL.